So I was like, sometimes the presentation is not that important,
It
right?
matters.
No, it doesn't. True
What
love
do you mean?
is deeper than the oceans. True love,
No,
if the
no,
girl
no.
is ugly but she's amazing, love is love.
Really? Since when? Have you ever dated an ugly girl? Be real.
Dated or just one night?
Oh, shit.
I mean, now listen. Did I tell you about
Oh man, I can't.
Julie saying that you have the voice of Kourtney Kardashian?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Is that a compliment? Is that good or bad? I don't know.
I don't know. Julie, I've been with a Bélier. What Bélier is? Bélier is.
Did you? I'm not sure what that is.
So that's Bélier is April.
Yeah, I think it's before Taurus, right? I
It's-
think Billy is before.
Bélier is so you have Aquarius and then you have Bélier.
Yeah.
Forgot the name in English. Anyway, I've been with one for 3
We're
years.
all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
Like, we're
anyway.
all over the place with this
So,
thing.
as I was saying,
Yeah.
one day I dated somebody on MSN that I never seen. Right? And we dated for 6 months without ever seeing each other. Well, that was in 2003 while I was recording my third album.
Okay. No. Before you continue, I have a question. So
Yeah.
you like you didn't see her in person, but like, did you have a picture of her at least?
When I asked for pictures, she sent me something that was very blurred. And like it's not like today. Today we all have phones with cameras. We can
Yeah.
FaceTime. We can today it's easy. Go
Yeah.
back in 2003, 4 years
Yeah.
before the first iPhone.
Yeah. That's
So-
like way back.
Yeah, we won MSN, blah 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 blah. We start talking, and actually it was a friendly conversation. Then I tell her that we just talk all day, very cool person. But then I'm telling her that, do you have after a point, a good conversation, I'm like, oh, like, hey, do you have a picture just for me to put on your profile? That's what I said. I was like, yeah, just a picture just to put on profile. And the girl
Yeah.
was like, oh no, I don't take pictures. So I was like, how, so what you look like? She was like,
Yeah.
I look normal. I have long curly hair, very long. My eyes are like brown but very clear, like golden, and I'm not too tall, but I'm okay, and I look like this, like that. And me, I was like,
Describing herself instead of sending a picture.
yeah. Well, back in the days, it was
Yeah.
easier to be a catfish. And then I was like, hey, who cares? And then I was like, okay, listen, nice to meet you, nice talking to you, but I have to wake up tomorrow for the studio. So, she was like, good luck for your studio. And listen, if you don't mind, we can exchange numbers. And so maybe I can call you in the morning to make sure you wake up. And I was like, wow, this is very nice of you. Wow. Like this, wow. Like, yo, somebody, when you're a celebrity,
Nah.
everybody is
That's
expecting.
a bit much, though.
But
Nah.
thing is this, when you're a spoiled boy, your mama's boy,
Okay.
and mama's far away in Africa, and you're here alone in France, and you a celebrity, so everybody is used to asking you for stuff. Make me a star, do me a beat, please.
Yeah.
Can I come to the party for free? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Somebody tells you, hey, what is your real name? All of a sudden, like, those things matter for some reason. Or
Yeah.
if somebody tells you, let me call you to wake you up to make sure
That's
that you're not gonna leave, you're gonna lose hours in your session. it just means something. You just like, oh wow, this is nice. So live your life. Next day you wake up around 8 a.m., 8:30, you start getting ready for the session, and then you get a call at 9 sharp.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, I hope you're fine. Listen, it's just to make sure that you're awake and you're ready for your studio, and don't forget to hydrate yourself and eat something.
Oh my
at
God.
12. And me, I'm like, wow. Yo. Oh, So I'm not saying at that moment that I want to be with the person. I'm just saying, wow, like that's a nice person.
It's different.
It's different,
Right.
yeah. Like she's not a groupie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, at a point you start having a lot of groupies, and then you have a lot of people, they want to pretend they don't care about you because they don't want to be groupies. And then you have somebody that just comes and she's just a nice person to you. She's just nice.
Right.
She wakes you up in the morning, like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I do my session. I'm recording. I'm recording on Decor and all those songs, One Love, etc. And at 12 p.m., I get a call again. And I'm like, hello? She's like, hey, hi. I hope I'm not disturbing. I just wanted to know that if everything is going fine and if you're eating your food.
Nah, come on.
Don't forget to take a pause, hydrate yourself, and eat something. And me, I'm like, yo. Wow, listen.
And you fell for it?
No, I was like, wow, she's a great person.
Okay.
So, Charlene, Virgo are the worst. I've been with Virgo, fell in love, got my heart broken. I hate you guys. So, I was saying, for them guys, I know you are. Anyway, back to the story. That's the story inside of the story, because
Oh my God.
actually it's the Chinese part. So at a point, we start talking after the studio, before the studio, when I'm posing, we start talking all the time.
Yeah.
We start talking like every day. And time goes by, a month go by, and we talk all the time. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I wish I knew how she looks like, because she feels like a great girl. And
But hold on, she didn't even have like a profile pic, because back in the day, because I remember having MSN and I had a profile pic.
Listen,
So she didn't even have that.
her profile pic was some flowers, people that would.
No. Oh my God.
Aries. So, time goes by. Time goes by, and we talking. So we talk about things like, she's like, listen, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So how many girlfriends you had? Questions. And me, I'm like, not a lot, maybe 4. Everybody know I'm innocent, so I'm like, blah blah blah. And she's like, and I'm like, so what about you? And she's like, 1. And I'm like, what you mean 1? And she's like, yep, 1. And I'm like, what you mean 1?
How old was she? Do you remember?
At that time,
Like in
I
her...
think I was 20. I was 20. I was 28, and she was probably 26 or 25. I don't remember, something like that. Okay. And I'm like, what you mean 1? And now she's telling me, yeah, I met this guy, promised me the world, and he promised me the whole world. I was a virgin, and we made love. We made
She's
love.
selling her entire life. Yeah.
We made love one time,
Mm.
and I fell, and I got pregnant,
Oh.
and then boom. And then
Okay.
he actually had another girl. I just found out that he was lying to me and blah blah blah. So that's the only time I made love, and that was 6 years ago. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want to do a Club Shada special with just girls calling me. So
You have the craziest stories. Let me tell you this.
I
Your
do.
stories are just, oh my God.
stories are amazing. So listen.
Yeah.
So I'm asking her, wait a minute. So you got pregnant and he disappeared. And she's like, yes. So what did you do? And she said, well, I had my baby. I'm like, wait a minute. So you have a baby from the first time that you ever made love? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, so after that? And she's like, oh, after that, I never, ever made love again. I'm like, what? So I'm like, so you kind of like a virgin?
No, she's not. She has a whole child.
Well, listen, you know, the Congolese mind. You're like, oh my God. Sometimes the Mongo comes out of you and you're like, oh my God. She only had sex one time with one guy. So more or less, she's like, oh my God. She's she's perfect.
She's pure.
She's pure. And you know, if you're not the first one, you're the second one. She will not ask herself in her life, how is it with the second one? Because you're the second one. Because when you're the first one, they ask themselves, yo, maybe there's better. So one day, they try another one. You see what I mean?
My.
But if she did it already with a bastard, if you arrive after that and you good and you treat her right, she will never go find something else because she's gonna be like, oh my God, I went from minus 100 to 200. That's the amplitude of 300. 300 points you win. So, you know, we start talking and the conversation start changing into da. And one day, after maybe a whole month of talking and at the same time her calling me every day, etc.
Yeah.
One day I call her and she's very strange. She's kind of, I don't know.
Was she cold when you called that one time?
Yeah, she was strange. And I was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? She's like, nah, nothing, you know. Cannot talk really. Listen, can we talk to each other tomorrow? I don't feel. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And she's like, no, you know. I said, well, no, listen. You can tell me anything. Listen, I'm here for you like you're here for me. So tell me what's going on. And she's like, she starts crying on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, no, I don't know. Like, I cannot tell you. I was like, oh my God, like. What's going on? Like, baby. Well, tell me what's going on. It's like, no, listen, it's something that I have to tell you. I have to tell you the truth. And I don't know. Wow. Maybe you will not talk to me again after I tell you the truth. And I'm like,
it was a man.
Oh my God. Not at those. At that time, that was not like that. So I'm like, listen, you can tell me anything, and I promise to you that whatever you tell me, listen, if you see that live, that's her. If she sees this live one day, so I tell her, listen, if you can, whatever you tell me, I promise you that I will not abandon you. I'm not that type of guy. And you and me have a special relation that, we never saw each other. We've been only talking on the phone. But, So she's like, you promise? Do you promise you're not gonna forget me or hang up when I tell you? I said, no, listen, you can tell me anything. Don't worry.
Wow.
I got you. So she says, I think I'm in love with you.
Oh, come on.
And you know what I reply?
What?
Me too. Me too. And she's like, oh my God, I never loved somebody like this. This is so true. I said, yeah, this is true because, I don't care how you look. Bobby the magician. I want to know your daughter. I want to be her father. Bloody oh blada. And I want her to meet my son that is 2 years old or 1 year old. Don't forget. Listen.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I was in love. I was in love.
So okay. So now I have a question. It's more of like a general question. So can men actually fall in love that easily?
I was in love for real. What the fuck you talking about? Do you see this show on Netflix called what's the name of that show on Netflix called there's this show on Netflix where they meet but they never see each other but they can talk to each other and they are in pods.
What? Oh no.
It's called wait. They have a new season actually right now. Let me put Netflix on.
Oh man.
It's called I forgot Netflix weddings something dark. You don't know this show? It's called what's the name of this? Damn, I forgot the name of that show, but it's a show where those people talk to. So it's like 100 people, 100 men and another 100 women, and they just have conversation. First you each talk to different people, and then once you really find a person after like a whole 2-3 weeks of talking, if you really find somebody that is your soulmate, you ask her to marry you.
Your soulmate. So how do they communicate though? Like over the phone?
No. They have there's microphones, so when they talk, they don't see each other, but they are like on the other side of a wall. So there's microphones and they hear each other. So it's like a phone conversation. And then once you ask somebody to marry you, then you can meet them. And then you go to Mexico together. You have to watch this show. It's amazing.
The honeymoon?
Yeah, Mexico? You go on a honeymoon in Mexico. And that's when you see if you compatible as a person, compatible sexually, etc. And then after that, you move to the next phase, which is presenting your fiance to your parents,
your family,
your family, etc. Then you have to choose the dress, and then the next thing is the wedding day, where you still can not show up if you want on the wedding day. And so that show is crazy because some people until the last minute they love, and then at the wedding day they don't come. Or some people they still together today. Like you you have to watch this show. So you have the American version, you have the Brazilian version, and now you have the Japanese version, and now you have the second season of the American version. It's Love in the Dark, I think it's the name. Wait, let me
in the Dark.
Let me see. Love in the Dark, Netflix. I think it's the name of it. No, it's not Love in the Dark. Damn, what's the name of this show? Wait. Netflix wedding show. Damn, I hate that I cannot find. Oh, Love is Blind. That's the name of it. Love is Blind.
I I think
Love.
I've heard. Yeah, I think I've heard about it.
You
Yeah.
have to watch this show.
Oh my
It's
god.
amazing.
But
Listen, everybody, you have
is
to
it?
watch this show. Love is Blind. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Is
And
it like a reality
yeah, it's
TV
kind of a
show? Like,
reality, and then
yeah.
there's some people really get engaged, and they really like, some
Wow.
people really stay together, and then you have one, she really wanted that one guy, and
Yeah.
the guy went with another girl, so the whole rest of the time she's in Mexico with her second choice, but she keeps trying to get the one from the other girl, and then the other girl
Yeah.
almost beat her up. So listen,
Oh.
you have to watch this. That, like, I would love to have this in Congo. That would be the best show ever.
No, that would be chaotic. Like, no.
So listen, let me tell you the rest of my story.
Yeah.
So I'm not lying, Julie. I'm for real. I was really in love. We were in love. We were just like, listen, the next day I call my manager.
Uh-oh.
I call my manager and I tell her, hey, listen, I met this girl online. She's a lawyer. She's a great person. She has a kid. Blah, 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 blah. She's single. I have a kid too. I'm single. Hey, listen. Listen, I think I think she's the one. And my manager is like, so where did you meet each other? I was like, on MSN. And so she's like, so how she look? And I'm like, I don't know. And she was like, huh? You?
Yeah.
You? And
Yes, you.
so to me, it was actually, Aquarius, like, yeah, we're very visual. So to me, it was a kind of also comment on dit un défi en anglais?
Challenge.
A challenge for myself. It was
Yeah.
a challenge of, can I love somebody? So this is why this show is amazing for me, because I was like, oh, I've been there. I was like, can I not be about physique? Because listen, me, I've always said, to me, a good relationship has to be, my eyes have to be happy, my heart has to be happy, and my mind has to be happy.
Right.
And some people don't care. Some people will tell you, hey, listen, as long as my heart is happy and you make me, feel,
An act of mind. Yeah.
I don't care how you look. Some people don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's something you choose. I believe that some people, we all are the way we are. And listen, I was like, I've been with models, all these beautiful girls my whole life. So everybody, like, my manager started laughing. He's like, come on, you never saw her. How you can? I was like, no, listen, this is different. The fact that I don't see her, so I know it's true. I know it's different. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So she's like, when are you going to see each other? And I'm like, we don't know yet. I was like, okay, if you say so. So she was living in another city in the north of France, not far from Belgium. And
I love how you're not saying the city. I love it.
no, hey, listen, I'm a gentleman. So yeah, listen. So we talk another month. And at a point, we decide of a day when we're going to see each other.
Yeah.
And, we start talking about the things we're going to do to each other when we're going to see each other. So because, I'm like, listen.
It got spicy.
Yeah, it gets spicy. I'm like, listen, if you only did one time, I'm going to teach you life. I'm going to teach you life. I'm gonna teach you life. I'm gonna turn you into a Julie Badi. So,
oh Lord.
So I'm like, yeah, listen. Now I'm on that, yeah, we talking. Because now we like, yeah, listen, we are together, even if it's only on the phone.
Yeah.
Gonna show you everything I know, everything I learned my whole life has led me to this moment, and all this is for you. I'm gonna show you how. Like you actually know nothing. You did it one time, and then you got a kid, and then it's been 6 years. Yo, you better go to Obad and buy yourself like some nice lingerie, because when I'm gonna see you, so
it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So, you see it here?
Yeah, no, I'm listening.
So, so now, and you know, I trusted myself.
Non, mais tu sais, le truc, c'est quoi? J'ai l'impression que ça va aller dans un truc. Oh là là. Vas-y, continue.
So what? So then, we decided a date because I had a show. So I tell Gideon, hey, listen, we have this show at that date, and I would love to invite her to come with us.
Yeah.
And so it was me, Elisio, her, Guylaine, and a friend. So, she said, listen, it's not far. We're going to, I don't remember what city, like Orléans, something like 2 hours from Paris. So, listen, I tell her the date. She tells me she's free. She can, She has to organize with the kid, blah, 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 blah. But hey, listen, she'll be there. She's going to come, So let's see each other in 10 days. Okay.
Yeah.
So I explained the situation to Elisio. Elisio tells me, wow, listen, that's beautiful. I mean, hey, if this is how you feel, this is how you feel. It's legit. I'm like, yeah, it's legit for real. Like, So
yeah.
So the day before, she calls me, and she's like, can I tell you something? So, Lily, you have to. So she's like, can I tell you something? I'm like, yeah, of course. What's going on? She's like, I'm scared. And I'm, what you scared about? She's like, I'm scared that you're not gonna like me. And I'm like, what? I'm not that person. I like you. I love you. Like, listen, how you look doesn't matter anymore. And listen, you have long curly hair, gold eyes, your skin is caramel, you like this, that. I mean, you can only be, listen, you can only look nice.
Right.
So, I mean, in the back of my head, I was like, she can only look great. She's just like, listen, some people, and not like today. Today, everybody likes to take photos.
Yeah.
Because everybody's born with a phone. But back in 2003, some people never took photos. It was not something that was so common to have tons of photos of yourself on your phone. Especially, you didn't have the space on your phone to have all these photos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was.
But how was her voice though? Because sometimes you can tell when someone is pretty, when a woman is pretty by the sound of her voice, and same thing with men as well. How was her voice?
The fuck you talking about? What is she talking about? What?
Oh my god.
So you really think that, like, from your voice right now, I would say that you look great?
Yes, you can tell.
No, you can't. You could look like a frog.
You sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you can tell.
All right.
No?
Yeah, I mean.
But did she have a nice voice?
She has a very soothing voice.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I told this story already, Julie. So now,
Okay.
now, the next day, I arrived to the train station. I arrived to the train station, and all of a sudden I feel stress. Because now, this is going to be the moment my life might change forever. Because I'm going to see,
truth.
you know, the moment of truth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna be amazing. She's gonna have long hair that arrive to her knees or to her ass, and the hair she's gonna look like an advertisement for Fadouche. And I was like, oh my God, she's gonna be so beautiful. And then I see her train coming, Voie 11, from Gare du Nord. The train is arriving, and I'm like, oh my God. And she told me I'm gonna be on car 21, so I get where the car 21 is. And then she gets out of the train, and my love just run away from my body. I was trying to get it back.
Oh.
I don't know why. I look at her and I was like, and she look at me, she like, you know when you look at somebody and you're trying to fake as if you know how
But hold on, I have a question. How did you know it was her? Did she tell you what she was wearing?
No, I could see from her face that it was her.
Okay.
She came with her suitcases and she looked at me, and then she was like, I don't look like, happy. You're like, I don't look like, and I'm like, no, of course not. No. Let me get your suitcase. But in my head, I was, oh my God. I can't do nothing for that person. Listen, listen. That's when I realized that you don't have to lie to yourself. If you like pretty people, you like pretty people. This is the way it is. So she was, listen, she was not ugly.
But she wasn't your type.
She was not my type at all. I could not do nothing for her, not even pretend. Facially kwangan sala. Listen.
Oh my God. But how is the body though? Because sometimes the face may not be all that, but the body's on point.
And what am I gonna do with the body that's on point? if I don't like the face, I'm not that person. I start up to down. I don't go. I'm like, oh yeah, listen, I'll do with the body. No, I can't. I can't. Okay, how can I say?
Oh my God.
I mean, listen. She just looked. She just looked. I mean, how can I say it without being disrespectful? She just looked plain.
Plain?
Yeah, she was. Listen, you see, when you go on the street,
okay.
When you walk on the street, you're gonna see some people, right?
Yeah.
Your eyes are gonna stop on some people.
Yeah.
Because they have a nice body, maybe they have a nice face, maybe they have maybe they have strange features, maybe they have an aura, something that's gonna make you look at. Maybe if you walk on the street for an hour, your eyes are gonna stop on 10 people, more or less, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna have 90 people or 1,000 people that you're gonna not even see.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was one of them. Maybe she was the queen of them.
Oh.
There's nothing I could do for that person. If it was a reality show, that would be a nightmare. If it was a reality show,
but you see, Kaysha, here's a problem though.
yes.
You said that her personality was amazing.
It was until I saw her face. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Listen, I was saying, God, I'm so sorry. God, I'm so sorry. I'm not what I thought I was. I thought I was a good person. I'm not. Like, I was young. Come on. Like, I would at least have, I don't know. The thing is this. If you talk to listen. Let's so listen. Actually, we're still talking about Chinese food, but this is a story inside of the story. But now, instead of that story, I'm gonna do another story. I'm gonna open another story.
And you see, this is how we ended up, being on the phone for an hour, because you have way too many stories. So
it was not an hour. It was 5 hours. Anyway.
Okay.
My uncle only loved legs, even if you don't have a beautiful face. Bless your uncle. I don't.
What did he say?
Dalia said that her uncle only loves legs.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Jambes. Elle était banale. Non, elle manquait pas de charisme, Julie. Elle était invisible. There's nothing I could do. Listen, there's nothing I could do. I could be her good friend.
Yeah.
But wait,
not like.
I'm gonna come back to this story, but let me open another story inside of the story of the story.
Of the Chinese, yeah.
Yeah. Lily, don't go. So, j'espère qu'elle verra jamais cette vidéo. So, one day, I'm on I-5. You remember I-5?
Yes, I do.
So
I like I-5.
I like on I-5 too. So I'm on I-5 and this girl starts speaking to me. Listen, the girl was
the same girl?
No, not a girl. Listen, this is a story inside of the story inside of a story.
Okay.
So,
all right.
These girls start talking to me and we start talking and she has a ton of photos and she looks super pretty. So I'm like, where you from? She's like, what do you do in life? I'm like, I write books. So that's me. That's what I say. I tell people, I write books. I write books. Oh, amazing. Blah, blah, blah. You look like a singer. Do I? I don't know. Yeah.
But hold on. But Kaysha, you were already known at that time.
I know, but I like to pretend. Just, you never know. You never know. So, while she's talking to me, I look at all her pictures. And she looks beautiful.
Of course.
And I ask her, so where you from? And she's like, I'm from Portugal. I'm Portuguese. Do you know Portugal? I said, Portugal. Yeah, I go there all the time. Oh, yeah. When is the next time you're going? Well, I'm going in 2 weeks. I would love to see you.
Yeah.
So, listen, in 2 weeks, I had a show in Portugal. So I tell the girl, hey, let's meet. Like, my show is, I didn't talk about my show. I was like, I'm working Saturday, but I'll be there from Friday. Maybe we can see each other Friday.
Yeah.
And I didn't listen. I go to all the profile pictures and I'm like, yeah, nice.
Là, t'étais content, là.
Ah oui, j'étais prêt. Ready. So, Friday, I arrive in the afternoon, go to my hotel, prepare my things, get ready. I'm like, yo, listen, hey, I'm here. Oh, you here? Amazing. I'll be in that club. Come meet me in that club. So, I go to the club.
Yeah.
And when I arrive to the club, how you say cachalot in English?
I don't know.
She was a whale. She was huge. Listen, did you see the movie Mario Bros?
No, I didn't see it.
So she looked like a dinosaur from Mario Bros. She was like, she
Oh my God,
looked like she was okay.
You're
Sorry.
so mean.
Listen, no, she was mean for making me believe that she looked like what she didn't be. Listen.
Oh my
Long
God.
time ago.
Okay, what kind of photos did she have? Was it just like her face? Or like,
Listen, that's when I learned that you have techniques where you take your photos with a certain angle. You always look a certain way, and
oh my God.
so that's how you catfish people.
Yeah.
So, but listen, I saw her. We talked.
Yeah.
We had a drink. It was cool, and
Yeah.
and then I was like, well, listen, I just landed, so listen, maybe we'll see each other tomorrow or something. I'm gonna go back to my hotel. Well, it was nice to meet you. See you soon. Peace. And so I never made her feel uncomfortable. I never said something bad or whatever, because we never promised each other nothing. I just went. I was ready to bring her back with me, but I realized this is too heavy to bring back home. She will not go through the door. So I let her where she was. I said, peace, one love, peace to the gods, bless you. I went back.
God.
So listen, yesterday, so listen, we stayed friends.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe she will see this video, but that's not you I'm talking about. So yesterday, so that was like 15 years ago.
That's insane.
And
has she lost weight since?
I don't really know. Sometimes we meet each other in the clubs now, and we always like, hey, what up? How are you? Hey, long time, you know. Hey, my friend. Yesterday, she posted a photo on Instagram, and I was like, the same angle. But I mean, listen.
C'est sa technique, tu vois.
Listen, tout le monde sa technique pour attraper le nigo. You have to have your technique. Listen, if it works, listen, the thing is this. If you know that the guy is hungry and he needs to eat something, and you lure him to come to your house, or you come to his hotel or whatever, and even if you're not what he thought you were, if he wants to eat, he's gonna be like, well, listen, let me eat. And there you go, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
But me, listen, first of all, I'm never hungry. I always had I never had problems there. And I'm not that type of guy who's like, well, since I'm here, let's do it. No, me, I'm like, see, if I'm not interested, I'm not interested. That's it. Like, tomorrow, there's another day. So, let me close these parentheses. So now, I arrived to the car with my manager. And when my manager sees her, she sends me a SMS and she says, effectivement. Yo! So, my Elisio, my best friend, we in the car on our way to the city where we were performing. And he tells me, weren't you supposed to bring a girl? So wait, where was I? I think she was on the,
oh my God.
Elijah was in the middle, or I'm not sure. I think I was in the middle of the car. She was on the left side. He was on the right side. So he was like, "Are you supposed to bring a girl?" And I show him like, yeah, she's here on my left. And you know when somebody wants to have a fucking laugh and he's just like in the car, and he's like, "Wait a minute, la professeure de histoire géo là."
Oh
So listen.
Oh man.
What is the problem? The problem is all this time. Oh, cachalot en anglais is also cachalot. So all this time, we've been talking for a whole month of everything I'm gonna do to you.
Ça vous apprendra, hein?
We've been talking
Voyez?
about I'm gonna do this to you. Tu vas voir la poutrelle de Kinshasa. Je vais faire la toupie. Tu vas voir, le sentir. Je vais te faire des trucs que tu n'as jamais fait, puisque de toute façon tu n'as rien fait, donc tu vas voir. Listen. So listen, he was still a great person.
I'm sure, yeah.
Listen, he was still an amazing person. He was still the same person. We were talking in the car. The conversation was great. So, at a point, we just here all talking, all laughing. We arrived to whatever city we were going to. We check in at the hotels. We get ready for the show. And we all go to the show. Elisio performs. I perform. Everybody's happy. She loved the show. We all go back to the hotel. It's 4 a.m. And I tell her, hey, listen, I'm coming back right away. And now I try to stay in Elisio's room and talk. So first we were supposed to go get our money, Guylaine, my manager, we go to her room. She do the count. She tells us, here's your money. Elisio, here's your money. Blah, 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 blah. All good. Everybody take their envelope. And I go with Elisio in his room, and I stay in his room, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk. And he's like, are you trying to stay here until she falls asleep? Get the fuck out of my room, bro. I was like, no, I have a girl coming. I was like, no, but listen, please. And when I arrive in the room, and that's the part where I felt bad. When I arrived in the room, she was with satin set of lingerie, all velvety and all red, all bad, and she was just there on the bed waiting.
Yeah.
And I got in the bed, and listen, I cannot explain to you how, but I just shut down. I just shut down.
Wow. Did she say anything?
I don't know. I shut down. I just woke up the next day. And listen, that's when I start feeling bad, because when I woke up the next day, she went downstairs, she went to the breakfast, and she brought up croissant, milk, everything. And she was like, hey, silk. Yeah, silk.
Oh my God.
So,
what a sweetheart.
Yeah, listen, that's when I was like,
pardon.
J'ai déjà payé mon karma, pardon. So, at that point, I felt like, oh my God. And but she was fine. We took the breakfast, we talked, Did you have a great night? And she was like, yeah, I had a great night. I loved the show yesterday. I said, hey, sorry, I fell asleep. It's okay, you just had a show. It must be a hard day. And she was so comprehensible. So, all good. And then we arrived in Paris. I took her to the train station. And at the train station, when she was about, when she was future sound beat, she was like the princess in Shrek waiting. So when when she arrived at the train station. So, I put her luggage on the top, And
Yeah.
I mean, and then she's about to go and take her train. The train was leaving in 2 minutes. And then she looks at me and she has like tear in her eyes and she's like,
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I was not up to your standards.
Oh.
And I'm like, mais non, faut pas. She was like, it's okay. And then she left. And then the train departed. And well.
Oh my god. Wow.
Master Electronics says you should have tasted it. A lion devour every prey when the prey is served. Oh hell no, I'm not like you. I'm not that type of Congolese. So.
Oh man.
Il faut monter la grande montagne de l'Himalaya. C'était une grande montagne effectivement. So. And then that's when she turned psycho. That's when she starts sending crazy messages of, you lied to me, you used me, you told me you would do this, you told me you would do that, you told me that you would take my virginity again with la poutrelle de Kinshasa, you told me this, you told me that, you told me about la toupie magique, you told me that le pilonnage, all that shit, all the shit you promised me. And I was like, yeah, well, listen, I asked you for photos for 2 months. You never sent me photos. This is what happened. And I was trying to stay, I was trying to stay nice. But at a point, I had to tell her the truth the way it was.
Okay.
At a point, I was like, listen, at a point, you catfished me. You knew exactly your level, and my photos are everywhere. I don't want to listen. I'm not trying to be, but listen, it's not hard to type my name and to know how I look.
Right.
And you kept telling me, oh, I'm not a photo person, blah, 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 blah. And this is what happens. In a certain way, you used me too. And you wanted to force me to, and listen, you're a great person. I'm like, we can still be friends. But you wanted more from me without showing a little bit of,
yourself.
A bit of yourself. So at least I could know what I'm fighting against. And now I have to find out when you got out the train, So listen.
Oh man.
So listen, at a point, I was like, what was I supposed to do? You were supposed to take me as I am. Da, 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 da. What about all the things you say in your songs? Those are for the girls that I like. Those are not for